my name is Samar, but I also go by Sam or First Time Panner, and any of those that you want to call me, you can. This will be kind of a two-part video. So this is a pack with me for the trip that I'm going on for the holidays. I'll be gone for 2 weeks, and I kind of just wanted to show you all the makeup that I'm packing and how I'm packing it. And then I'm also, when I come back, I will film kind of an overview of what I used, how much I used it, and if I felt like I was missing anything. Sorry, I ordered Chipotle and they're messaging me. If I felt like I was missing anything, or if I felt like I had too much of something. So I'll just give you all of my thoughts on that, and putting everything in one video, so by the time I finish talking about what I packed, you'll already see, pretty much you'll see the aftermath. So I am super proud of myself because I usually am an overpacker. I'm an overthinker, which is why I do project panning, and I'm an overpacker because I'm an overthinker. But this time I managed to fit everything into one regular size makeup bag. This is just the Sephora makeup bag. I don't think it's being made anymore. I got mine literally like right before they finally discontinued it in the final batch. I'm so happy I got my hands on it because I really wanted this, and I've never traveled with it yet, but considering I was able to fit everything in here and it's like pretty much organized, I'm very happy with it. So I'll show you what's inside. It might not look too organized, but here's the inside. And I guess I'll just go by, like, I'll start with face, and then I'll go eyes and lips. Also, this is the third time I've tried to film this video. The first time there was way too much background noise, and then the second time I forgot a bunch of stuff because I just didn't bother looking at my packing list when I put everything in here. So hopefully this one goes smoothly. But for primer, I'm only bringing one. It's this little deluxe sample of the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Pore Diffusing Primer. I've used this once before, also when I was traveling. And I liked it. It was kind of like, and at least for me and my skin, I have combination oily skin, and I felt like this was kind of like, it did a little bit of everything. It was a little bit pore filling, it was a little bit hydrating, and it didn't like block my pores or anything. Yeah, I'm just bringing it because this is the smallest primer that I have, and I wanted everything to fit into a little bag. For foundation, oh, I should probably tell you, there are these like two pockets here that I have my face stuff in, and then this large pouch here has all my palettes and stuff. And then there's a zipper here that has most of my eye stuff. And then in the middle, I kind of just threw everything else, which was mostly like lip products. Anyway, for my foundation, I'm packing just one powder. Oh, I just shook my bed frame. And then for my cheek products, I'm so excited. This just came in my package today. This is the Kaja Face Bento. This was also, I don't know if it was discontinued or if it's just out of stock, but literally the day I bought this went out of stock for some reason. I don't know why that is. It like wasn't on sale or anything. But anyway, this is in the shade 2 Cloud Latte. This is the Play Bento, and I have it swatched on my hand, which is why my sleeves are rolled down, because I know I'll like make a mess if I don't do that. But this is what it looks like. This is the blush, the highlighter, and the bronzer. I think for being, there are 4 shades of this, and for this being the second to deepest shade, I think this is still pretty light. Like the highlight is like pretty blinding. It's the most intense one that I have because I don't like super intense highlights, but I feel like the blush and the bronzer barely show up on me, which is perfectly fine. By the way, these two are powders and the bronzer contour shade is a cream. So I feel like it's okay that these two don't show up on me too much. I can build them up, but that's just something that I noticed. But I'm really excited to bring this and try this out, and I just love things that like are super compact for travel. And then because I want to do more of a berry tone look for my Christmas party that I'm going to, I'm bringing this little blush sample, which is so odd to me. I've had a bronzer one of these also from Benefit, but it's just kind of funny that they give me like a sample of a powder. But anyway, this is the blush in the shade Moon from Benefit that is kind of like, as you can see, like more of a darker berry tone, which is what I like. Sorry, I keep getting Chipotle notifications. And yeah, I'm excited to see what this looks like on my skin. I hope it works out for me for the look that I'm thinking of for the holidays. But yeah, I think either way, it'll be nice to try. I totally forgot. I also have this Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Mine is just the mini in the shade 4.5 medium. And I don't use this too often, but I figured it would be nice to bring just as an option. And if for some reason I run out of the primer, I can always use this, but I kind of just wanted to bring it. And then last for face, I have my NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. I've never used this, but I've used up a mini of the Dewy setting spray from NYX, so I feel like I'll probably like this one too. I didn't necessarily want a matte setting spray. This was just the smallest setting spray that I had. So that's what I'm bringing. Okay, I'm gonna need to hurry up because my dasher is almost here. I'm also bringing a makeup sponge. This one specifically is from Dose of Colors. Again, I'm bringing this one because this is new. I'm bringing this one because it's the smallest size makeup sponge I have. And I have like plenty of these because every time Dose of Colors gives out like a free gift with purchase, it's always their small makeup sponge. I also have a brush set that I thought ahead and I mailed it when I bought it to the place that I'm staying while I'm on my trip, so that it'll just be there when I get there and I don't have to pack it, you know, so I can save some space. I thought that was pretty smart of me. So yeah, I am gonna use brushes and not just a sponge for all my powders, but I don't have to pack it. Next for eyes, my palettes are in, like I said, this big pocket, and I'm only bringing 2 palettes. I have lots of single shadows, but the 2 palettes that I'm bringing are the Sephora Blues Beauty, which is my 2023 Pan That palette, one of them. And then I have my e.l.f. Bite Size Quad in the shade Truffles, which is my Project Level Up Level 1 palette. And I filmed my last eyeshadow declutter of the year, I think like yesterday or the day before. So that's why this one is missing, and I'm definitely liking this palette a lot more. But yeah, I wanted to bring it because I think it'll go with all the cool tone looks that I want to do for winter, and because I want to get more use on it before the end of the year. And then this, you probably know, is my New Year's Eve and New Year's palette. So that's why I'm bringing it, and because it's my level 1 palette. I wouldn't be surprised if I hit pan on that while I was still there. For my single shadows, I have 4. I have this ColourPop Super Shock in the shade Rooftop Cocktails, which is this like blue pink duochrome, and this is in my The Office Project pan. I think it'll look nice over just like a light wash of this lighter brown cool tone all over my lid with that on top of it. There's some kids outside. I also have the e.l.f. shadow in the shade Galaxy. This is a liquid shimmer, but it's not liquid anymore because it's super dry. But this is in my year-long project pan, and I do really like it also with that same shade. So I'm planning on using this just until the end of the year. I also have this Danessa Myricks Twin Flames Multichrome Pigment in the shade Sweetheart, which is like a green, olive, brown type multichrome. I've actually never used it, but it's also in my The Office Project pan, so I do want to get some use on it. And I think it's a nice winter shade in general. And then for my Christmas party, I'm planning on wearing just a wash of, I have it right here. I don't know why I'm trying to explain it. This is the Dose of Colors Block Party Shadow in the shade Caffeine Queen, which when I put it on my eyes, it's kind of like a topper shade, kind of like the Urban Decay Space Cowboy. I'm planning on just like putting this on my eye pretty lightly, which turns into like a little bit of a slightly warm tone wash of color, but very faint, and then a bunch of like gold glitter all over my lid. It's really beautiful, and I'm planning on doing this just with some simple super simple makeup, and then a red berry tone lip, and I'm gonna be wearing a Christmas sweater too, so I kind of want the attention to be on my sweater and not necessarily my makeup, but that's why I'm bringing this. Okay, my dasher got here really early, so I had to go get my food. I'm out of breath, and sorry, I just shook the camera. I repowdered though, so hopefully I don't look too sweaty. There are still kids outside. I don't really remember where I was exactly, but I think I was in the middle of talking about this, which is my Tarte Quick Stick, and this is in the shade Rose Gold Luster Brown. So this is in my, what did I call it? Flesh Them Out Project pan, which you should have already seen the intro to, hopefully, or else I just spoiled it. But I put this in because this has, as the name suggests, it has a, what I call a rose gold, but I think this is more like a frosty pink with like slight warm tones. I'll swatch it. Here it is. I did wash off the other swatches so I can roll my sleeves back up, but this is what it looks like. So definitely, at least like in person, way more pink than gold. It might look kind of gold on camera though. Whatever. I'm bringing this as an inner corner highlight since nothing else I'm bringing really has a shade for an inner corner highlight, and I really do love an inner corner highlight. How many times can I say that? And then also it has the brown eyeliner on the other side, and I am bringing another brown eyeliner if I can. I feel like discombobulated now. I'm bringing this brown eyeliner from Urban Decay. This is the one that's currently, as I'm filming this, in my year-long project pan in the shade Demolition, but look at how tiny it is. I feel like I only will have one more sharpen on this, so that sharpen is going to have to last me the entire time I'm there, and I really don't think one sharpen on this will last 2 weeks. So having that other brown eyeliner is very necessary. Also, I'm trying to finish that by the end of the year anyway, so I don't want it to last 2 weeks. So for the rest of my eye products, I have, oh, someone's dog is mad. Okay, there are many angry dogs and children on the premises, I guess. Anyway, I am bringing this felt tip liquid liner. This is just a brown. It's Sephora brand, and it's supposed to be waterproof, but it does not last very well, so I don't really know about that, but it's brown, so I'm bringing it. And then my black brown mascara from L'Oreal, the Lash Paradise, my go-to mascara. I'm not very happy with L'Oreal right now, but it's the mascara I'm using, so I'm just gonna bring it. And then my brow products will be this Sephora waterproof brow pencil in the shade Ebony, and my NYX Control Freak brow gel, just pretty much the stuff I use every day. And then my 2 eye primers. So this is the, you know, the OG Milani eyeshadow primer, and then the pretty much the OG as well, the NYX glitter primer. I forgot my concealer. How could I? This is the, I'm so angry that my cap got all messed up. Like, I don't know if I twisted it too hard or something. Even though I don't feel like I'm that strong, I don't have much upper body strength, but something happened and it twisted like a half a turn too many, and now that's the only way to twist it closed. So it's kind of annoying because now with the way this is shaped, this was just barely fitting in my makeup organizer. Now it doesn't fit. But this is the concealer that I'm bringing, the LYS Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer in the shade TG1. This is my favorite concealer. This and the Neutrogena one in like the like, I think it's called like Healthy Natural Concealer from Neutrogena. I don't know. But I'm bringing this one because this one dries down fully, and I'm doing, as you can tell, pretty much just matte looks the entire time I'm there, and this one has a little bit better coverage than the Neutrogena, so just bringing that one. Now we are on to lips finally. So I'm not bringing too much. I chilled out a little bit. Usually I bring like 10 different lip products and I only end up using like 2. But I have my ABH lip primer, which is, I'm literally only bringing for one product, my liquid lipstick, because this is like not a very good lip primer because it's like super, sorry, the kids outside are distracted me. This is like not, it doesn't have like much grip. It's not dry enough. But it does work for preventing your lips from drying out too much when you're wearing a liquid lipstick. And I do want to wear a liquid lipstick to a holiday party that I'm going to. This is the Atomic Makeup Silky Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Tie Me Up. I don't know if these are, or I don't know if this shade is going to continue to be made. I explained this in full detail in my old new Gifted Blue project pan, which this is in, but this is the shade I'm wearing. As you can see kind of from like the wand, this is a red, but it's a berry toned red, and that's the look that I am going for Christmas Eve and like Christmas Day too. And then pretty much all of the rest of the days I'll be wearing kind of like nude cool toned lips. So I have my Milani, what is this called? Milani Color Statement lipstick in the shade Teddy Bear. It's just like a pink toned nude lipstick. It was my go-to for like almost 10 years straight, and I'm using a different nude lipstick like the one I'm wearing right now, but this is like my favorite cool tone one. And then I'm bringing my 2 Fenty glosses that I'm panning right now. So these are just minis in the shade Fussy and Confetti. I can probably actually pop Fussy on my lips right now. I was wearing it earlier. Sorry, Rosie decided to start licking herself, and I really didn't want to subject you to hearing that. This is why I usually don't have my cats in my room during videos, but as soon as I opened my door to get my food, she ran in and she will not leave. She looks so pitiful right now. I might like pop in a picture or something of what she's doing. She is so cute. She's just my little baby. They both are. But yeah, that's everything that I'm bringing. Hopefully I have enough for what I need. I will. I don't really need anything, and that's actually why I'm bringing less than I usually do, because I don't want to just spend all of my time doing my makeup every day. I'm there to visit family and have fun in the snow, which I usually don't get to do. So yeah, hopefully this all works out. I hope I have a really great time, and I'll let you know my thoughts on everything that I brought now. So I'm back from the trip. It's really late at night right now. This is the day after I got back, but I was so tired I couldn't film yesterday. But it's the end of the next day, so I'm not looking the best, but I just did a little touch up as best as I could, and I'm gonna end this video with my thoughts on all of the products that I brought with me and a few that I got while I was there and used on my trip. So I'll start with tools actually. So you'll know that I brought this Dose of Color sponge. This is still a little bit damp from when I did my makeup like 6 hours ago, so I don't know why it's still, I never like wring these out completely, so I guess that's probably why. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is the Dose of Color sponge, just the regular size, that I brought with me, and as you can see, I used it a lot. I used it today, and I was just using this for cream, bronzer, contour, and concealer, and that's why like nothing else looks used except for like this bottom and the tip. So kids are yelling outside. So I'm glad I had a sponge with me, even though I didn't use it for much. I used it every day. Then, as I said, I had ordered some brushes ahead of time to be shipped. Oh, I think one's missing. Hold on. Okay, I don't know where it is. I had it with me this morning when I was doing my makeup, so doesn't matter. I bought these brushes from Sephora and I had them shipped to my destination so that I wouldn't have to pack brushes, and they were like on a major discount too. And these brushes are decent. They're not the best, but they'll do. I was only there for 2.5 weeks. And yeah, they worked out for me just fine. I use these every day. And I brought a brush cleaner with me, so I cleaned them too once they got kind of like really used and before I used them. So just a quick rundown of what comes in the set. Not that it's super important. There's this big fluffier brush that I used for my highlight. I used this brush for my blush, since I didn't have a powder contour. I just use this for blush, and then I use this for buffing out my cream contour. And then the blending brush is not here, it's somewhere, but these are the 3 eye brushes that I had. So yeah, quick rundown of tools. And I guess now I'll go in the order of how I did my makeup, which first was eyes. So if you watched my empties video, you'll know that my Milani eyeshadow primer was used up while I was there. That's the eyeshadow primer that I brought, which you know because I just said that in the beginning part of this video. But yeah, I finished that and it was great, as it always is. I used my new tube of it this morning. I also used this glitter primer every single day because, did I? Yes, every single day I did wear some sort of shimmer, except for, actually, no, one day I only wore, during the Christmas party, I only wore my Dose of Colors, single shadow. So that was the only day that I didn't wear my glitter primer. Every other day I use this and it's still like almost full pretty much, so that's gonna take a while to get through. I did use my from New Year's Eve until I left, and actually today I used the dark brown shade in this palette for this eye look. I'm not gonna show it to you because, as you'll know, this is my level 1 palette for Project Level Up. So yeah, I used this every day from New Year's Eve until the end of my trip, and that was really great. My Blues Beauty palette, if you saw my Pan That Palette finale, unfortunately I did not hit pan on this, but I did use this every day from the beginning of the trip, except for Christmas, of course, Christmas party, every day from my trip until New Year's Eve, when I used this for the last time New Year's Eve morning. So yeah, this really did come in handy. And even after, there's a train in the background, even after I put this away as my Pan That palette, I still use this setting shade every single day after that. So this really did come in handy. I feel like those Sephora 7 pan palettes are just really great for travel. They have pretty much everything you'll need in them. Anyway, moving on, I have a lot of stuff to talk about. But the other thing that's on my eyes right now is my Danessa Myricks Twin Flames, this single shadow. This is the first time I'm using it. Actually, I did not use this at all while I was there, because I was like just trying to use my palettes to like hit pan on them. So yeah, this didn't get used until now, but at least I'm finally using it, and I think it's really, really beautiful. And then while I'm talking about this look, I'm wearing an eyeliner, 2 eyeliners that I did not bring with me because, of course, I finished the eyeliner, the Urban Decay pencil eyeliner while I was there. That was really great, but I finished it like the day before. I think I finished it on the 30th. And then I only used this once, I think, the brown felt eyeliner, so I probably didn't even need to bring this with me because I kind of just like forced myself to use it that one day since I brought it. And then I use this mascara every day, of course. It was my only mascara. And then this, I'm not going to show you what this looks like because this is also in a project, but this came in super handy. This was my inner corner highlight every time I wore an inner corner highlight because, like I said, I didn't have anything else for that. And then this eyeliner side, I wasn't sure if this was gonna work for like a waterline eyeliner because that's how I was using the Urban Decay one, but it worked perfectly fine, pretty much just as well as the other one. So I'm so glad I brought this with me. Not only was it great use for my project, but I really did need this on my trip. I used it every single day that I was there. And then for brows, I haven't finished either of the brow products that I brought with me, but I again use these every day. These were staple products, so I'm glad I have these. And then last, I'll just spoil this. I had pan on my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow, which is in the shade Rooftop Cocktails. So I was able to hit my goal of hitting pan on this from the Office Project pan. So check that out on Instagram if you haven't seen it. I only do that one on Instagram. But yeah, I used this a lot while I was there. I paired this with both palettes that I brought, and I definitely wore blue a lot while I was there, so people in Minnesota probably think that I just really love blue eyeshadow. But if I wasn't wearing a very specific look, then I would just throw on like a light brown, a dark brown in my crease, and then put this on top, and that was my look for the day. I even like made sure to pack all cool tone clothing since all of my makeup is cool tone, so that went with everything I brought, went with all of the clothing that I brought, so I could pretty much wear anything I wanted on any given day, save for Christmas Eve. So yeah, all of my eye looks worked out. And then for face, I am not going to open my powder because if you watched, I think it was either my empties video or my 23 and 2023 finale, but you'll know that this took a tumble, so it's cracked in here. And after traveling back to where I live on the plane, it got way worse, so I'm not even gonna open it because it's gonna spill everywhere. But yeah, of course I use this every day. And oh, I finished an empty here. I finished my Rare Beauty primer. I know it looks like there's still some in there, but no matter how much I pump it, nothing comes out. So yeah, this is done. And I actually used it for the last time today, the day after I came back, so kind of a waste of space since I didn't even get a full use on it before it like clunked out on me. Yeah, I could have just finished it while I was there, but whatever, at least it's an empty for January. And I would say maybe it was because the first time I tried this, it was like in the spring, but I feel like using it in winter in Minnesota, this definitely was not nearly as hydrating as I remembered this being. So yeah, now I know I definitely will not buy this. Rare Beauty just does not seem to be like a good brand for me. None of their products really are decent in my opinion. So yeah, that's done now. And then every time I use that, I would put this on top of it, which really helped with additional, not that this is hydrating, but it was an extra layer of like slip for my foundation, especially since it was I'm talking too fast. Especially since it was a powder foundation, I needed as much as I could get. And I really like this. It also, even though it was a powder foundation, this did give me like a tiny bit of glow underneath, so I was matte but not flat, as they say. And I would also, a few days into my trip when my eyes were starting to get kind of dry, I would put like a dot of this under each eye and blend it out with my sponge before I put on my concealer, and that really helped because this LYS concealer is really dry. So that helped with keeping everything like a little bit more emollient and not as like dry and crusty as it could have been in Minnesota winter. So yeah, I think that pair really worked out. It's what I have on my eyes today, and I've been wearing this makeup for like 7 hours now, 6 hours, and my under eyes still look, you can't see it, but my under eyes still look decent. Okay, I stretched out a little and then the whole thing shifted, so sorry if that changed. But now I gotta talk about this Kaja Bento this put me through a bit of grief, which I'll be honest, I was not expecting. So first, this cream bronzer, I really, on my hand, it definitely looked like it would be a really great cream bronzer for me, but I should have known. It's my fault, really. My forehead is not only warmer but also darker than the rest of my face and body, so this was not nearly warm or dark enough to be a bronzer for my forehead, which is where I pretty much use bronzer exclusively. But because this was like a little bit ashy on me, I was able to use it on my cheeks as a contour, so I had to just kind of forego bronzer the entire time I was there, but I was contouring every single day, so I was still able to get some really good use on this. If you can see the dip in there, I would just like put my finger in here and then swipe it on and then blend it out with this brush, and that's how I used it every single day. And then also this blush in here is pretty bright pink on me. It's still very wearable, like I will have no problem using it, but it wasn't okay, I'm not doing a great job of explaining myself. In winter, especially in Midwest winter when it's dark out most of the time, I want a bit of a darker blush. This for me would be more of a spring color, so I pretty much just stuck to the Benefit blush sample that I had, which lasted me pretty much almost the entire trip, so I got like 2 weeks of use out of that. So I almost every day wore that blush instead, and I only wore this on the first day and the last day that I was there, so I didn't have to wear this too often, and I'm really glad because this just was not the correct color for this time of year for me, which I'm glad I know now. But I really should have tested it before I brought it as my only face palette for a 2.5-week trip. Finally, I have the highlighter in here, and the highlighter is beautiful, but it's very sparkly actually, which I couldn't tell from a swatch. You can only see the sparkles when you actually sheer it out on your cheeks, which is weird. I feel like usually it's the opposite. But regardless, this ended up being a sparkly highlighter, which I don't like, but I still used it every day. I felt like I was able to get away with it because the holiday season is the one time of year where I feel like I do want actually sparkle on my face, because I feel like sparkles are just like very Christmassy and like New Year's Eve-esque. So I was able to get away with it, and it worked out very nicely for the time of year, but I am disappointed that this is sparkly, and I feel like the highlighter and the blush are like for different seasons for me, so I honestly don't know when I'll be able to get use out of this as a whole. So I'll just have to play around with it more and see what I can do. But yeah, that did give me some grief. And then the last product is my NYX matte setting spray. So this is like nearly done. If you can hear, there's almost nothing left in there. I thought I was gonna finish it today, but I didn't. I'm sure I'll finish it tomorrow. But yeah, this did last me the entire time I was there, which was really nice. It didn't do much as far as like longevity, so my makeup kind of would disappear by the end of the day. There was like almost, as far as face makeup, there was almost nothing left for me to wash off at the end of the day, but that's totally fine. I didn't really need my makeup to last into the night when I'm just with my family, and this was more of like just for me to, even though this is matte, it did help a little bit with like the actual setting and making sure my makeup didn't look super powdery, so that was really good for that. And even though I won't repurchase this, it was good to have. Oh, and then I also used this, I'll just show you. I use this for spraying my brush when I use this black as an eyeliner. Spoiler, that's the only way I use this black. and it worked really well for that actually. Last is lips, and I'm gonna try to speed through this because I've been talking for way too long. But you'll know that I finished my Fenty mini gloss, so I used that, yeah, I did use that literally every single day except for Christmas Eve. So that's how I was able to get through that. And almost every single time I wore that gloss, I wore the Milani lipstick. They were really good to pair together, and I'll show you what it looks like now because there's not almost none left, but I used a lot of it while I was there. So spoiler, I'm gonna have a decent jump when I film my That's So 2000s project. I only used this once the entire time I was there, this NYX Butter Gloss. I'm wearing it today to film this, but yeah, I didn't need this, especially since I totally forgot that I shipped a Fenty gloss in hot chocolate there because I shipped a gift for someone else in the same shipment, so I just shipped it there. And I totally forgot I had a brown gloss with me there, which is why I brought this. Oh, actually, I don't even know if I talked about this in the intro part to this video. I think I just kind of threw it in my bag before I left. But yeah, I brought this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Praline with me. Sorry. I'm all over the place. I did not end up using that Fenty gloss, so whatever. But yeah, I really didn't need it, so only used it once while I was there. And then on my lips now as well, underneath the gloss and paired with a lip liner is one of the makeup items that I bought while I was there, which is the LYS lipstick. This is in the shade Hot Chocolate, and I bought both shades of the holiday lipstick lip oil sets from LYS, and I did use the shade while I was there, Hot Chocolate, just the lipstick, and I think it's really beautiful. I actually also paired it with a look where I was wearing all green, so this lipstick is very versatile. It goes with green and nude and probably purple looks. It's just kind of your standard brown, so I'm really happy I picked this up and had it with me because I did use it while I was there. And then last, of course, the products that I used on Christmas Eve at the party. These worked great. I used this 3 times just in one day. So yeah, I got some good use. I'm really glad I had it while I was there, but I did only use it that one day. I didn't end up using it any other time, so I did need it, but if it wasn't Christmas, I wouldn't have worn this. That is going to wrap up the video. Oh, actually, I do have a new candle in the background. This is one that I got while I was up north in Minnesota months ago, and this is dark rum and oak. That's what it is. I always get a candle while I'm up there, and this is the one from this year, and it smells really good. This is my first time burning it, so I'm gonna have to burn it for quite a while to get the full ring down, but I don't know why I talked so much about the candle. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you would put in your travel bag. I feel like even though there were a few products that I didn't really need, like the Danessa Myricks eyeshadow and the NYX Butter Gloss, I feel like I did a pretty good job packing. I usually only end up using about half of the things that I bring, and that goes for clothes and makeup, but this time I used nearly every single thing that I packed, so I'm really happy about that. I feel like panning is teaching me, you know, how to plan ahead and be conscious about my decisions. So yeah, tell me what you would have packed if you would have made any changes to this. And if you went on a trip, what did you pack in your makeup bag? I'm really curious to see, because I just get excited about travel items. I don't know what's wrong with me. That just really gets me excited because I'm like, oh, it's so versatile. Yeah, anyway, tell me what you packed for any trips that you might have gone on recently. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.